Welcome to the show. I am your host, Joy Harrington, and I am excited to be bringing you an episode early this week. I know everybody's got Thanksgiving, and I wanted to drop this early for you so that you can take this weekend, even while you're with your family for Thanksgiving, to already be thinking about 2022 and how things are going to be different for you, because it was literally November of 2019 that my life changed when I pivoted from network marketing to building my own brand. Yes, literally, Level Up Babe is only that old. Like, I started this podcast in October of 2019. In November of 2019 is when I decided that I was going to build a coaching business and a brand. And I started to kind of get to work on some things. And then I officially launched in January of 2020. Okay. It hasn't even been 2 full years. So I want you to realize what's possible for you. And November is your opportunity to already look ahead and say, what's going to be different in 2022? Because we know nothing is going to change if you don't intentionally decide that it is. So again, if you are watching this on YouTube, I have show notes for you. I have a slide show. I'm loving doing this because I love to teach. So we're going to go ahead and walk through these. This is setting yourself up for success in 2022. I can't wait to see what you guys do in 2022. It's going to be huge. Let's start with this quote: "Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results," by Albert Einstein. You've probably heard that before. I remember getting to this point in 2019 where I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I've been doing this and I've been doing the same thing. And in 2019, my answer had been, do the same thing, just do more of it. Do like a lot more of it, like 10 times more of it. And I did that. And while it changed things, I didn't like it. I didn't like what I was doing. It wasn't bringing me joy. And once I hit that goal, I remember like the light switch totally went out. I had a really big goal in network marketing. I went from nothing to top 200 in the company in 2019 in just 8 months' time. And as soon as that 8 months was over and I hit the goal, I totally stopped. Did nothing for the rest of the year. And we still ended the year at number 107. So that tells you the momentum that we had built in like 8 months' time. And I just remember being like, this is all there is, then I don't even want this. Like, I don't feel fulfilled. And I saw other women doing really big things like Lori Harder, Kayla Kraft. I saw them building their own companies for themselves. And they were the brand. They were what people wanted. They were the product. They were the service. And I thought to myself, man, I'm working so freaking hard to get a portion of a sale for someone else's business. And I was like, I don't want that. Like, I'm working so hard. I'm killing myself. I'm spending so much time on this business, and it's not even actually mine. Like, I can say it's mine and I get a paycheck, and yeah, I've built a team. But the truth is, at any point in time, they could turn off my paycheck. At any point in time, they could find a reason to say, like, you can't work here, right? Like, you can't represent us. You can't be a part of this team. They could go bankrupt. Like, there was a lot of different factors that I thought, I want to bet on me, because I actually want to make 100% of the sale. If I'm going to work this hard, I want to make 100% of the sale. And I want to be the reason people are coming to me. I don't want to be the middleman. Like, I don't want to be selling somebody else's stuff. I want to sell my stuff. I knew that would be more authentic for me, because I'm that type of person. Like, it has to be totally 100% authentic. It has to be what I'm all about for me to be showing up, talking about it, selling it. And I knew if it was me and I was betting on me and I was selling me, then that would be the most authentic that I could possibly be. So I literally decided November 2019, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to build something else. I'm going to build my own thing. I had no idea what that would be. Literally no idea. But I just knew that the end of 2020, I would be a different person and I would have a different thing. I decided to just commit to that belief. And that's what we're going to talk about next. So, first, we just talked about insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I have a feeling you might be doing the same thing, or maybe you're doing the same thing, but you are just doing more of it and expecting it to be different next year, or expecting to finally hit that goal next year, or expecting it to be a new result somehow. It might be that you need to do something different instead of just doing more of the same thing. So, my question is, first of all, what have you already decided to do differently in 2022? Because if you haven't, you're just going to get more of the same thing, more of the same thing. So, look back at this last year and say, what was the theme? Was the theme an overflow of clients? Was the theme an overflow of money? Was the theme an overflow of this or this or that? Or was the theme working really freaking hard for every single sale? Was the theme showing up and hustling every day to make this needle move forward? What was the theme? Because whatever the theme was, if you haven't already decided to do something different in 2022, you're going to get more of that theme, more of it. Okay. So that's number one, question number one. Now, number two is, what is the vision? What is the dream, the actual dream? The one that you think is steps or years down the road. Because here's the thing, while I didn't know exactly what my business would be or what that exact thing was, I knew the dream was having my own thing. I knew the dream was having my own company. I knew the dream was making 100% of the sale. I knew the dream was having people come to me to work with me, not a company that I represented. I didn't know how exactly that would play out, but I knew that was the dream. And I had been telling myself for years that that was someday when I had more money, or that was someday when I had more credibility, or that was someday when I had more followers, or that was someday when I had reached a certain rank or level in the company that I was at. I remember when I first got started with network marketing, I was a blogger and I wasn't making anything. So I really wanted to make some money. So I partnered with a company, network marketing, and I told my upline when I signed up, I was like, I'm going to use this money that I'm making here to fund my blog, and I'm going to keep growing my blog. And then someday I'll be able to do the blog full time. I'll be able to be the influencer full time. I'll be able to do my thing full time. And so right there, I already knew that I had a someday dream that I was telling myself couldn't happen right now, and that I needed to do all these little steps in between. So what changed for me in 2019 was I said, why do I have to do these steps in between? Why can't I just do it right now? And that was a really scary question. And it was so freaking thrilling because it was this oh shit, I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to actually put myself out there. I'm actually going to put my neck on the line. And while it was so scary, it actually made me really excited again. It made me really lit up again. Because I knew that that's what I actually wanted to do. If you have something in the back of your head that you know is what you actually want to do, you will hate what you're currently doing, or you will find reasons to self-sabotage it, or you won't show up with amazing energy. You show up with amazing, excited, organic energy when it's what you know you actually want to do. So what's the dream? Stop telling yourself that you don't have one, or that you're okay with this for now, or that it needs to be someday, and actually just own that. Own the dream. What is it? So in 2019, I decided I was going to get the actual dream now instead of waiting. And because I decided to believe that, I went all in and I committed to ensuring that 2020 would be different and I would end the year different. And then guess what happened? Because I committed to that and it caused me to go all in. 2020, in 6 months' time, I generated six figures. I established myself as a multi-six-figure brand and coaching business online. I expanded my network significantly, got into rooms, got connected to people that I would not have dreamed that I could connect to for years. Again, I would have told myself that's years down the road when I have more credibility, when I have more this, more that, right? My podcast hit 100,000 downloads in 2020. I got to invest in Lori Harder's company, Light Pink. Again, I told myself that was years down the road that I could do anything with her or be a part of anything like that. In fact, beginning of 2020, I would have said that was impossible. And then Peter and I joined a mastermind that I had wanted us to do for years. And he began coaching with a coach that I wanted him to coach with for a couple years before that. And again, thought that that was not possible or years down the road. That's what's possible when you decide to believe you can have the vision now. So first, I want you to just establish what is that vision. Again, you don't have to know the practicals, but you need to know broad picture. And then after you know that, you're going to ask, who's that version of me? Who is that version of me? And this was really fun for me in 2019, November of 2019. I said, okay, what's the dream? What's the thing that I want? And I knew it was my own thing. I knew it was my own company. I knew it was my own brand. I knew it was me being like this powerhouse woman that other people were like flocking to work with. And I said, who is that version of me? And I saw her in my mind's eye, and man, she was confident AF. She was excited. She was lit up. She was like magnetizing with her energy. People like wanted to be around her. They wanted to be learning from her. And she had this relationship with money that was safe. And she had this like understanding that like opportunities were coming to her and money was coming to her, and she didn't need to like worry about it. And she knew exactly where she was going. She knew exactly who she was. And the small stuff didn't stress her out. Like she didn't worry about it because she was like, girl, like that stuff will fall into place. Like you can figure this out. No matter what happens, you can figure this out. And so you need to know who's that version of you, and you need to see her in detail. And this is very important. And I will tell you why. Because you're going to have a conversation with her. This is what I did in November of 2019. I literally asked her, I said, how would you make this decision? Because I was deciding, okay, if I truly believe this and I truly am committing to this vision and I'm going to make this happen in 2022, then that means I'm going to go spend a crap load of money right now that I don't even actually have, because I know it will give me the tools and the resources to do this thing. So I knew I was going to invest in a mastermind with a coach where I would get one-on-one coaching from a coach who had done what I wanted to do. And two, I was going to invest in a coaching program that would teach me how to coach and how to help people get results through coaching. Because I was like, no matter what I do, I need to know how to coach people and help them get results, even if I'm going to help them with social media, or even if I'm going to help them with something else, right? So I knew I didn't even have that kind of money. And if I was going to go get credit cards and rack up debt and actually make a down payment, hoping that I could make the next month's payment, that I needed to know for certain that this was what I was going to do, right? This was the right way. So I pictured her in my mind, having the business, having the company, having the success, having the confidence. And I asked her, I was like, how would you make this decision? And she looked at me like, are you even joking me right now? Like, this is how you get here. Like, you're not even going to get here without that investment. Why would you even think that you could? Like, this is going to get you to me that much faster. And she was like, that kind of money is no sweat, because girlfriend, we are dealing with way bigger numbers now. So like that to her was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, you can, even if it doesn't like work out, you can totally figure it out. Like, it's not the end of the world. And that's going to get you here. And that kind of money is like no sweat compared to the numbers you're going to be dealing with. And it's time for you to start normalizing those kinds of numbers. So you're going to ask that version of you the same thing. This is my favorite way to make decisions when it comes to investing, when it comes to up leveling, It's asking that version of you because it's really helping you decide to step into her and start acting as her now. If you want the kind of life she has, if you want the kind of results she has, then you have to make the same decisions that she does. That's how you bring that life to you. So here's a couple questions for you to chew on. If I knew I would succeed, what would I do? Because if you're like, I don't know what investment I need to make, I don't know what path I would need to, like, I don't even know how I would start. Okay, if I knew I would succeed, what would be the first thing that I would do? What action steps would I take? What would I invest in? Who would I learn from? How would I get in the rooms that I need to be? Because remember, your next client, your next launch, success, whatever it is that you're trying to build is usually connected to people. Hello, you're going to work with people. It's always connected to people. But what I mean by that is your network, right? It's getting in the rooms with the right people that know people. And that is something that I had the foresight to do from the get-go. It's why I joined a mastermind, because I was like, I want to start cross networking. I want to start exposing myself to other people. And those girls ended up like working with me. And then they also ended up referring people to me. So don't just go all in on yourself and your business. You need to make sure you go all in on your network. So that's number one. Number two, if I had already done it, if I had already done this, how would I make this decision? As in, if I had already gotten the success, if I had already built the business, if I had already had, right, the big, massive result, the dream that I want, if I had already had that come to me, and I'm looking back, how would I make this decision? How would I tell myself, coach myself to make this decision? If I had already done it and I was looking back and telling me how to get started, what would I invest in? How would I pivot? Who would I invest in? What would I commit to? You've got to start taking these bigger pictures where you basically put yourself into the mind and perspective of that future you, and you coach yourself in now you and tell yourself what to do, because the future you who has that business knows. They know. So it starts with deciding to believe you can and will do this. You're not going to do anything different. You're not going to invest. You're not going to put yourself out there if you don't even believe you can do this. And remember, the ability to do it is just a decision. It's not a question. It's a decision. You get to decide if you can do something. Now, does that mean you won't experience failure or wrong turns or pivoting along the way? No, of course you're going to experience those things. We all do. But that doesn't mean that you won't get where you want to go. And maybe where you want to go or you think you want to go right now isn't actually where you end up going or where you actually realize you end up wanting to go. But it will get you that better life. It will get you what you are actually wanting. I promise, if you trust the process and you decide that no matter what happens, it's helping you become better, it will. So it starts with deciding to believe you're doing this. Because up till now, you haven't decided that. That's why you are where you are. So it starts with deciding to believe you can and will do this. Once you believe that, then it's a matter of committing to it now. And those of you who've had this dream of someday, you probably already decided to believe you could do it. You just haven't decided to believe you could do it now. So then your job is to move into believing that you can do it now. And again, that's a decision. It's not a question. It's a decision. Now, number three, once that decision is made, then you can decide the how. So once you've decided you can and you're doing it now, you're not going to wait anymore. Then you're going to decide the how. The problem is most people don't decide the first two and they jump straight to how. And they don't see the how and they think they couldn't do the how. And they come up with all these reasons and self-sabotage and limiting beliefs of why they can't make the how happen. Well, that shows that you don't have a belief that you can do this or you can do it now. If you don't believe those two things, all you will find is evidence to prove that right. Okay. So instead of looking at the how and going, yeah, see, I can't do it, you might use that as insight to say, why don't I believe I can do this? Why don't I believe I can do this now? And start digging into those. And once you can change those, you won't have a problem figuring out the how. The how's only a problem when you haven't actually decided to believe you can and you're doing it now. So, if that's you and you're ready to build your own thing, you're ready to pivot, you're ready to build your own brand, you're ready to have your own company and people coming to you, then I'm inviting you to join my coaching mentorship. This is a group that I literally just wrapped up this month. It was a 6-month group, me helping teach people exactly what I did to grow a brand, to grow a coaching business, and to actually be profitable online. Because you can go get coaching certifications and they teach you how to coach people, but they don't teach you how to market yourself and how to sign clients or how to do discovery calls or what contracts you should use. They don't teach you any of that. So, boom, Black Friday sale just for you guys. My coaching mentorship program that I just wrapped up is for you if you are ready to start building your own brand, having your own product, and having people work with you. Let me tell you a little bit about this because this program is what I wish I had had when I got started. It's a step-by-step guide on how to, first of all, coach yourself and coach other people. You need to know how to coach. No matter what you're doing, you're going to be coaching yourself through your own limiting beliefs or fears or things that are coming up and getting in the way of you going all in on you. So that's pretty vital. 2, how to build an online coaching business that's unique to you. So this is going to have literally all the in and out details of every single thing that I did, like landing pages or freebies, or do you need a website, how to put together offers and price them, different things like that. It also teaches you how to market yourself online in an attractive, authentic way through storytelling and more. I'm kind of the queen of this, and I want to help you show up online in an empowered way that excites you and you don't feel like you're spammy or salesy or trying to rack your brain to use formulas to make people buy. I've taught those things before. I've done them before. And the more I've leaned into just being me and feeling like that's enough and showing people where I've come from, the better it feels to me and the more fun it is online and the more I attract people organically. So I'm going to teach you that too. Create the back end support for you and your clients. Again, this is like email sequences or contracts for your clients or landing pages or having people pay you, different types of things like that. It also teaches you how to scale effectively without exhausting yourself every month. Coaches get into this rut of creating an offer, selling it, and then next month comes around and they're like, oh crap, now I need to create something and sell it again to make more money. So I'm going to teach you how to get out of that and how to start building from the get-go in a way that you can scale effectively so that you don't have to do that all the time. I teach how to lead with heart and vision instead of sales. This is something that's huge for me. It's huge with feminine energy. And when you know how to lead with your heart and your vision first, instead of I need a sale, you become way more attractive to people. It feels better. It feels more authentic and aligned for you, which means it will feel that way for them. And you also become unique because no one else has your heart or your vision. Which leads me to teaching you how to disrupt your industry to stand out. You want to be smart about building a brand and a business. Do you want passion? Yes. And you also need to know that you're disrupting an industry because these days the market is kind of saturated. So if you're not disrupting an industry somehow or standing out in a unique way, you're going to get lost in the shuffle. So I want to teach you how to do that. And right now, for this Black Friday sale, You are getting this course. You will have access immediately to it. Plus, you're getting 2 customized one-on-one calls with me so that I can get on a call with you and help you actually strategize your business and customize all of this to you. I don't want to just give you information and then like leave you on your own to try to figure this out. I want to actually help you implement this and start your own thing because I really want to help more people build their own brand and their own company because there's no reason you shouldn't have one. So this course is literally everything I've done to build my multi 6-figure business and brand online, but it doesn't have the mistakes I made. And I will teach you what not to do along with what to do. And it's, like I said before, what I wish I had when I was starting out. So it's on Black Friday sale right now. This is literally the best, literally the best price you will ever have from me in working with me. So if you have thought about this at all, this is your sign. It's only on sale through Monday night. This is, like I said, your chance to change 2022 and to do something different and to actually decide to go all in on you because you deserve to. But let me tell you about Holly because she is one of the coaches that literally just wrapped up with me. And she came to me as a former network marketer. And I will read her quick little testimonial. She says, I began coaching with Joy in 2021 because as a direct sales network marketer, I loved what I did, but I felt extremely stuck and frustrated because I spent very little time in that business in my zone of genius. I thought I needed to wait 5 years before building a coaching business. I thought what I wanted was so many years away. When I began working with Joy, she had done what I wanted to do. My life is forever changed. The biggest thing she did was give me the tools to begin coaching myself and to become independent of other people's approval and validation. This year, I was able to launch Holly Pickerel Coaching. I began taking one-on-one clients. I created 2 courses, one of which is selling on its own passively, and that's just the beginning. Joy gave me permission to be my own permission slip. And you guys, that is what this is all about. That is literally what this is all about. It's your permission slip to give permission to yourself to have the dream and to go all in on the dream and to build the dream because you deserve it. It's your life and you are here with a specific mission. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. Nothing's going to change until you decide to stop believing the fears and start walking in faith. That's what I did. And it's why it's a big part of the message that I preach. It's time to create a new thing. So get in on this Black Friday sale. The link will be in the show notes. I can't wait to see you guys in there and set up my one-on-one calls with you and get to meet you. And again, if you want these slides, you can go on over to YouTube and catch the replay on there and you can catch the slides. So if you love this episode, take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram, or better yet, if you're joining the course, take a screenshot, tell me on Instagram. I would love to shout you out and start checking out your page now so that I can really help you on our one-on-one calls, create an amazing business that blows up in 2022. I will see you guys over there. Bye.